We are back, Qualified Dropouts, episode 15. And you know what I just realized?
What?
We didn't check Spotify this week at all. And I'm still getting DMs about it. Guys, we're going to be on Spotify here in a sec. I need to put that on my calendar because I forget.
Yeah, we'll remind it. I'm going to take a look at it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
But yeah, so once again, after hours, it's like 9:30. Me and Ian are cranking some
apple juice. No, it's grape juice.
Yeah, some grape juice tonight. We'll talk about that here in a second. But if y'all didn't know who we are, me and Ian both run successful businesses. We both dropped out of college, and we made this podcast to teach you guys the lessons we have learned with dropping out. So first topic,
and today we're going to talk about when you should drop out of college and the tools you'll need to do it and feel confident that you did it and not feel like you did it for no reason.
Yeah. Basically, we're going to tell you guys what you truly need before actually making that next step, because you need to have a plan in place.
Don't drop out because you're lazy and you don't want you think money will just come.
Yeah.
That's the wrong way to go about it, and that's when you shouldn't drop out. Is you just got lazy in school, got too hard, and you're like, I'd rather be lazy. That's not when you should drop out.
Yeah. So I think what would be good is if we kind of recapped, because I don't think we really have ever talked about our plan when we dropped out. I don't think we've ever talked about that.
No.
Because my plan was completely different from the road I'm on now. Completely different. It's kind of the same, but dropping out, I had a different goal in mind.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you want to go or you want me to go?
Yeah, I'll go. No, because I was supposed to go to nursing school, and so I was on the way there, got accepted to UCF, was going to go to UCF, take one course there, and go to nursing school. But when I dropped out, actually the plan was not to just drop out and do nothing, but I went and got my CPT to be an in-person trainer, because I knew I wanted to do fitness, and I knew I did not want to be a nurse, but I knew I wanted to make more money than working at a fast food restaurant. So I was like, how can I do that? Well, if I spend $1,000, I can make now $50 an hour. So I think I was making $50 an hour or something like that. I'd work 20 to 25 hours a week, and I'd make $2,000 every 2 weeks. So that's not $4 grand, and I literally had a $400 rent payment, and then $90 insurance and $80 for phone. It was I had nothing, and I was dude, I was making some serious cash. I was actually getting out of the point where I wasn't poor to the point where I was living paycheck to paycheck anymore. I was man, I actually can have some fun. I went to Orlando. I'd travel. I'd have some money. I actually started saving. I started investing a lot in the stock market. I started investing a lot myself, actually. Took a stock course. I put a lot of that money. I know, crazy, right?
Well, yeah. It's just,
I actually made money though from that. It's just it's a full-time job.
You have a funny story behind that. That's the
what
with the whole day trading.
Yeah, no, it sucked. I lost a lot of money. No, you know what's crazy? So I did paper money for the first month. There was 2 months I did straight paper money, and I only traded with the money I'd put in. Dude, I would make a trade, and then I'd make $2,000, $4,000 in one trade. And I was oh, bro, I actually understand this, because I studied a lot of it. But I realized that the paper trading is totally different from real trading. Not because of the numbers, is because when you buy on paper trading, it buys at the absolute lowest.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you had to set the lowest.
Yeah.
So I went into my first real cash pay. Dude, I traded, instantly lost $200. And I was what the frick? I'm I read this right. And I just got so emotional. There were times where I made a 600 though. I'd actually make money in the day, and then I'd go home, and I'd stop. After 3 red trades, I'd stop. So I had rules and parameters. But yeah, so I invested a lot myself. I took a lot of that money, and I actually invested in that. I tried different things, tried different side hustles, and then COVID came around. I got laid off. So I had to go back to Chick-fil-A. That's when I didn't know what to do. But my plan after dropping out of college was just CPT, and then I actually wanted to do full-time day trading. That's what I was studying for, and I was doing I understood it. I understood how to read a bunch of different markets. I was charting every single night. I was charting every single morning. I was getting up. I had a routine. I would freaking chart, set my limits, set my buy, set my sell. Like I was doing really, really well. But I just didn't stick with it long enough because then I had to go back to Chick-fil-A because like I wasn't making money from it. Like I was breaking even, if not like I lost a little bit.
You keep talking.
Yeah. Buddy, really? Nice. So my goal was to do day trading after like building up enough capital, but that did not turn out well because I did not stick with it. Actually, that was a big thing. If I sticked with it and I had the capital, I could be doing it every single day right now and having fun with it and living my life. So shoot, maybe one day I'll get back into it because I really do enjoy it. It's actually kind of fun. It's like really fun.
Yeah, when I was studying crypto heavy, we had those conversations and stuff like that.
It's hard though.
I never got into it.
But people think it's just like you're just gambling and you get lucky. I'm like, no, because it's lucky if it's like one trade, but when people actually make a living from it and buy and sell and they do themselves every single day and they profit, it's not luck. They actually understand the market now.
Yeah.
Like they understand it. They just are wise and they don't trade with their emotions and they have parameters.
I made a couple $100 off Bitcoin, but I didn't like fucking trade a whole bunch.
So it's possible. If you want to do day trading, don't ever let anybody tell you it's not possible. Take a course, learn everything about the market, learn everything about how to read charts, learn how to chart, when to buy. You build your own kind of like trading pattern in a sense. Like you do your own thing, but you base it off other like theories and stuff. And so, yeah, don't let other people tell you can't, because you can. You just have to just put in the time. Expect to lose a lot of money up front. Like expect to spend 6 months to a year losing money only. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you do that, I guarantee you after that you'll make so much money. Like that's it. But so many people are scared like to even invest that much. Like, oh, it's gone forever. It's like, well, it's not gone forever if you make it back in the future.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. So I just wasn't consistent because I lost my job. Like I would have stayed consistent if I didn't lose my job because I had a routine. I was loving it. I was like doing this and I was training people, worked on my schedule, I was making money. But changed. Then I started swing trading. I made money off that.
Yeah. Well,
what was your plan?
So my plan, a little bit of backstory. So I dropped out of college like 2 years ago. Whatever the fuck, I can't fucking remember.
It wasn't 2 years, like a year and a half.
Year and a half ago. It was last summer. So yeah, like a year and a half ago. It's the day after my birthday. So I came down to Alpha Elite and I was like, I fucking love this shit. I was filming a lot of content, doing all that stuff. And I'm like, well, this is what I'm going to do. This is my plan. And I dropped out. My mom was like, how are you going to make money? And I told her YouTube. I had no subscribers. I just had a TikTok following of like maybe 80,000 at the time, like not a whole lot. And she was like, how are you going to do that? And I was like, well, I'm going to get a serving job, have enough money saved up, and then I'm going to basically buy out a 6-month lease by myself because I was doing a lot of calcs. It was only going to be like, because there are like apartments where you can just pay the 6 months up front and pay all of it. And I think I found one that was like $6,100 or something. Okay. And I was like, and my mom gave me 90 days. She's very generous. She was like, you have 90 days to make something happen or you're on the street. So I'm like, I can make a little bit more than $2,000 a month. Yeah. I think I'm like, that's very doable. So I was grinding for that. And that was my plan. Obviously, like I went a completely different route. Once I started to learn more about business, I'm like, wait, I can just take this to the next level and fucking scale it. But yeah, that was my plan. I'm like, I'm going to save up enough money for me to basically get dropped off in Houston. And the apartment I was looking at had a bus stop right outside, take me to Alpha Elite. I was going to do that every day. And then if I needed money and I had to go off of my savings, then I was going to plan to work at Alpha Elite. Yeah. That was my plan. Obviously, a lot of other stuff happened. But yeah. So now I kind of want to like backtrack a little bit on like what you actually need Like
yeah.
especially,
Like what made us like actually drop out?
Yeah, like mindset wise as well. So first thing, you need a plan in place. That's like obviously very obvious what you need, but there's a lot of different mindsets that come into it, and a big thing is self-belief and passion for what you're doing. Because a lot of people don't truly know what it means to have a passion for what they actually believe in. If you drop out of college and some people ask you what you're striving for and you're afraid to tell them, I'm sorry, buddy, that's not for you. Because if you were actually passionate about it, you would tell people about it. You would tell your friends and family. You would be happy doing it. And I mean, people are going to say you're a lunatic. That's just the way of the game. Yeah. But that's another big thing that people don't really realize when they drop out of college. It's like, not only do you have to have a plan, but you have to have self-belief, because I'll let you guys know right now, when you drop out of college, you're not going to get belief from anyone else. Your mom's not going to be like, oh, yeah, honey, I believe you to be the manager at McDonald's. No, your mom doesn't want you to do that. Sorry to break it to you, Timmy, but your mom doesn't want you to, that's not what she wants from her child.
No, I think doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out, though. Like, it doesn't mean you have to be like, okay, this is exactly step one, because you're going to figure it out throughout the journey. But if you want to drop out of college, you just need to have a goal in mind and be like, okay, I'm going to make my first $1 doing this. Your goal should be making $1 from whatever you want to accomplish. If you can make a single $1 from selling a product, selling a service, doing YouTube, what prevents you from making thousands? Nothing. Nothing does, because you'll figure it out. So, like, for me, I just knew school wasn't for me. That was it. Like, I actually I did school for a little bit, took a gap year. I was like, fine, I need to go back. My parents are pressuring me, because I was like, I'll just do nursing. Like, I just kind of got pressured into it. Went back, was completing it, got really just burnt out, finally finished everything. I was like, screw this. Like, they screwed me over a couple times. Like, they changed I don't even have a degree technically, even though I have almost 80 credits and I have no degree. Nothing. Like, no AA, no AS, no. It's stupid. I was supposed to have it, and I spent way too much money. But so I had really nothing to show for it. So, which is kind of unfortunate, because if I had a 2-year degree, I could have got other jobs, but they never gave it to me, because they said, well, you're going to need to take a Spanish course now for a health science degree. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why do I need to take another Spanish? Because actually, you want to know why? They lost my Spanish credit. They literally lost the file. They said, well, we don't have it anymore. You're going to have to go back to your high school, because I did dual enrollment when I was in high school. And I was homeschooled.
That happens a lot.
To go, and I was like, they're like, you have to find that again. And it's like, you motherfuckers lost this. And then you're going to make me pay another $1,000 for a course? And not give me a degree?
You know what's crazy about that? I think they lie just to get more money out of you. How can you lose a credit?
Yeah. Because what do they do?
Because
do they take them out and check them every single semester, and then somebody takes them and moves them or something?
Well, it's even like they obviously see if they. And
it's all automated on the computer.
That's
now.
What I'm saying.
It's not. We're not back in the 1800s. We use a fucking typewriter. Ding, 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 and like store it and have a scroll or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
stupid.
Yeah, like if they didn't lose that shit, bro. Like they can, if they truly wanted to get their lazy ass and do some research, they could see what high school you went to with a few click of the buttons on their fucking rinky-dink computer, see that you joined this class in this year, and see that you graduated that year. So that obviously means you passed the class.
No, for real.
So and there's your credit.
So it was like 2 semesters before the last one I dropped out. They said, okay, you need 3 classes or whatever. And I was like, all right, cool. Took them, passed them. And then they're like, oh, well, you need these classes. And so I said, F this. I said, screw this. I'm going to take a gap semester. So I took a gap semester. I didn't want to spend any more money on it, because they said I needed more. Did that. Finally went back, and then went to go take those classes again. Took them. And there was like 2 or 3 more. I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I'll just finish it out. Finished it. Go back again. They say, well, yeah, we lost your Spanish. You actually need another 6 classes. 6. I went back to my guidance counselor. I said, why do I not have the degree? We changed the requirements. They wanted me to buy another 6 classes. So that would be what? 18 credits or something like that? Yeah, 18 credits, 18 credit hours. Like another full, actually, I'd have to do another semester and then a summer. And I was like, what? Like, I was like so done because it's like now I've been in college for 4 years technically because I did dual enrollment. I'm like, I don't even have an AS because they changed the requirements like every semester.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, fuck this. So that's when I knew I wanted to drop out. And I was like, I just want to do fitness and I'll happily pay for a certification and make, like, I was on pace, like at the, like if I would have done another year there at the, my in-person training, like I had a good clientele where I probably could have made 60 to 80K that year.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. Like single dude, 60, 80K. Like I was chilling. Like I was like having a good time,
expenses
right?
Being so low.
It's like I was just living life, right? And so that was my goal. I was just be a CPT and then see whatever opportunity unfolded. I wasn't really driving to anything else. I was just like, yeah, I'll do a CPT and I'll just be an in-person trainer. I love it. I'm going to make decent money because I'm in a rich old town, honestly. And that's it. So I was like, whatever. So that was like my plan. But that was like my plan. I dropped out. I was like, screw this. I'm fine. I'm not going to work at a fast food restaurant. So like, yeah, I'm going to do in-person training. And then COVID hit. And that's when I had to go back to Chick-fil-A.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, going into quitting Chick-fil-A was going through my bodybuilding prep. And I was just like, I know I can do social media. I was posting, I was getting some views. And at the end of it, towards the end, I started posting about online coaching and people were asking me. Just because I lost 30 pounds in 16 weeks, like I learned all about it. And I was like, you know what? Screw this. Like I'm all in. Like I quit my job with 0 income and then just made it happen. So, but I think for me, it was just always like planning and just setting my eyes on the goal and then be like, yeah, that's like, I have to make $1. Like where I have to, like there is no point in returning. Like if you set your eyes on something, like why would you return or why would you have a plan B? Like that's it. Like too many people are like, this is my plan A. But then, like, if I don't make it this far, then I'll just do this instead. It's like, well, obviously you're not going to make it that far if you already have a fallback plan. Because once it, like, something weird happens or you feel like you can't do it, you're like, I'm going to go plan B. Because I'm already guaranteed that job.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's not going to happen. I don't know. That doesn't work.
Yeah. That kind of goes back on my thing about self-belief a little bit. But also I kind of want to talk about the next trait. And this is very, very important because a lot of people don't have this trait at all. I would say that over 90% of Americans don't have this trait. Is just being okay with just straight up failing over and over and over. And also on top of that, being okay with just kind of being pretty lonely. Because when you do drop out of college, it's not normal. And if you're trying to achieve a certain goal in mind, you're not really going to have a whole lot of support with you. Mm-hmm. Kind of goes back on my whole self-belief thing. But you're taught in school failing is bad. That's just what you've always been taught. Oh, you failed this class, you got to do it again. Failing's terrible. You just need to pass. What people don't understand is failing is by far the best thing that can happen to anyone. So in my mind, I think it's kind of backwards in school how when you do fail, they're like, this is terrible. I think it's completely backwards because in the real world, it doesn't work like that. Now, obviously, there are situations where it's like, obviously, it's fucking bad. But for the most part, you know, failing is very, very good, but a lot of people just can't handle it. So if you think you can handle failing multiple times over and over and over and over again, go for it.
But it's not even failing because we talked about in our one of our other episodes is that like you don't fail, you never fail.
Yeah, it's not really like.
But I think the best way
failing. It's more of like mistakes, but.
No, it's more of just like trying and trying again.
Exactly.
Like you don't fail because you only fail if you give up completely.
Yeah.
So if you try it and then you fail, like you say, screw this, I'm done. I'm gonna go back to my fast food job or my $8 to $15 an hour job, and I'm okay with that. yeah, you failed. You'll never go back to what you want. You'll never pursue your dream again because you're going to say it's impossible. But if you just try again, like you're not failing. But you just have to have that mindset. It's a mindset. That's the thing. Like in order to drop out of college, you need a vision, and then you need to shift your mindset completely where you don't accept help from anybody else. You don't believe anybody else unless they are living your dream, and you are okay with, kind of being lonely. Like understand you're going to be the black sheep of the bunch. You're not going to, you're not going to understand other people, and people are going to look at you differently. Like you're going to have conversations come up. People are like ask you, hey, are you going to college or what are you studying? That's like the most common question. You go to a bar or like go local. It's like, oh, what are you studying? It's like, I'm not. And it's like, you have to be ready to answer that. Like, I'm not studying. Oh, what are you doing? And then you have to be passionate. Oh, I'm building my 6-figure business doing X, Y, and Z. And say it like confidently and not like, I'm trying out this like.
Yeah, I'm trying out this thing. No, I'm fucking making this thing work because I don't really have anything else going for me.
You just be like, I've already made $100 or I already made this amount of sales, and like it's just growing exponentially by this percentage every single month. Yeah. And then they're gonna be like, oh, okay, or they're gonna be like, oh, well, you should go to college. But then just be ready for those answers and just understand like, no, I'm not going back to college. No, I'm not gonna get comfortable because it's not what I want to do. I want to grow something that's mine. I don't want to grow something that's somebody else's. Yeah,
and I mean. This is kind of another topic. You can always challenge them too. If they say, like, you should go back to college, you can always ask them why. Maybe they have
just the best question ever.
Some perception.
I love that question.
But the thing is I can guarantee you this: if you ask someone why you should go to college, none of them have an answer. They don't have an answer.
This is just everything in life.
Yeah.
People just say what they see or have heard. So I mean, even comes down to like fat loss, like. You just ask something why soda is bad for you or like why alcohol is bad for you. Just ask them why.
Yeah.
They will, because it is. Oh, why is that? Yeah. Why is it because? Like, what does that even mean? Mm-hmm. Right? Why should I go to college?
The internet.
Yeah. It's
all right, show me.
Well, they said, who's they?
Yeah.
Like, who is they? Yeah. Like, and then, no, when it comes back like to college, like, why should I go back to college? Well, it's secure. Why do you think that? Take a look at what's about to happen. 300,000 jobs are about to be dropped. Did you know that? I don't know if you. I was talking to Tino about it. We're about to be in a recession or whatever. Unemployment is now going up. It's at an all-time high. 300,000 people are about to lose their jobs.
Yeah.
These people who said they have secure jobs.
Yeah.
It could be a CEO. It could be some salary worker. It could be some Amazon driver. Right?
Seems pretty secure to me.
Right? And it's like, because now the economy is not doing well. Boom. Your job's gone.
Yep.
And now you're not going to be able to go back with them. They're not going to hire for who knows how long until the recession's over.
Yeah.
And when it is over, it's like, okay, are you actually going to go back to them? No. You are going to try to find another job, or will they even hire again? Like, do they need to? Will they learn that they actually don't need those 300,000 people? Like, they're just overpaying, right? And they still maybe produced more money than they could. It's like, okay, why would I hire those people again? Mm-hmm. So it's like, why is it secure? Like, what makes it so secure? Well, you have a degree. Well, what is that 4-year bachelor's? What is it? What's the most like a business degree? Like, what does that actually give you? A $40,000 job, which I made at Chick-fil-A with no degree.
Yeah, it's about the connections, Ian.
Oh yeah, what connections? They're all being employees.
The coworkers. See, like it just goes and so like I don't know. No one actually
just
knows.
If you're doing your own thing, just ask them why, and just keep asking why, because they're never going to give you a clear answer.
They're not.
They're going to be like, well, because of this. Because it's like, well, why is that? Like, why do you think that way? Why is it because? Like, why? And just keep asking them. Eventually, they're going to be like. Then they're just going to get mad. Like, that's really what happens.
I want you guys to challenge your professors about this. I bet they won't have an answer.
Yeah. I think the only professors that probably would is either some type of scientist or psychologist or...
if you're in business school...
economics professor.
If you're in business school... Actually, no. If you're in entrepreneurship classes, I want y'all to do me a favor. Ask your main professor, entrepreneurship professor, why do I need to be in college to learn how to be an entrepreneur? I actually want you to ask your... I wish I would have asked my professor that.
Ask them what business they owned.
Yeah, or ask them that, yeah. And then, well, my professor, their business failed. and they quit.
Wait, really?
Yeah, she had a candle business and it failed, and she quit. And
Why would I want to learn from you?
That's kind of when that semester, I was like, this may be it for me.
Like, why would you want to lose? Like, I don't get that.
Yeah.
Like, no, if you know it's a scam, college is a scam. It really is. Why would you want to lose? Like, why would you want to learn from people who haven't even done what they're teaching? Like, does that even make sense?
I was learning from, I was learning from a dork, a loser dork.
The only degrees that actually you can learn from where they don't really do it, any type of science degree, because it's research.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
research. It's not life experiences.
Yeah.
Anything that deals with life experiences, why would you go to college for that? They're life experiences. You go through life, you get it for free. Like,
exactly.
You go on YouTube, you get it for free. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
how many millionaires can you go and look up, like, and actually watch?
Yeah, but real quick. So another thing I wanted to touch on was just like the quote unquote phrase like entrepreneur, because a lot of people, or I'm not going to say a lot of people, but I think some people, I'm not going to say a lot, but I'm going to say some people may think that it's like kind of like trendy or cool to like call yourself an entrepreneur, and that's why like they want to do it. But guys, if you're like a true quote unquote entrepreneur, it's not like sunshine and rainbows and, you know, free time and stuff like that. Like it's very lonely. You're stressed a lot. You work a lot. You don't work a lot. It's all on you. No one understands you. And this is something I really want y'all to grasp. Nobody understands you. Nobody. Because you kind of have something in your mind where you're like, I'm not really like good enough in a way. So
I think the only people that understand you are the groups that you pay for.
Yeah.
Like
me and you just had this conversation.
You pay to be around people who are like-minded.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. It's like you have the choice. Do you want to pay for a stupid fraternity? All you guys do is smoke weed and drink alcohol. And you get these cool
get laid
connections, if you want to call it
Maybe
that.
Catch an STD.
Yeah, that too. Or you pay for people who are striving to be millionaires, but then you're surrounded by people who are millionaires. And people, but like that's it. So it is a very lonely road until you pay to be around people. Like, that's it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's something I wanted to touch on real quick, because I know we have like the traits and like what you need to begin with, but I think I keep on saying a lot of people, but I mean to say some people think that it's almost like a status symbol to say like, I'm an entrepreneur. But like, guys, true entrepreneurs that have been in the game for a while like that, we don't really like brag about being a quote unquote entrepreneur.
Yeah,
like it's very, very difficult. Like, you have to take a lot of heat.
They're like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I'm like, I guess I just own a business, or I do online coaching." Like, "Oh, you're like an entrepreneur, influencer." I'm like, no. I mean, yes. I just view myself as a businessman. I don't know. It is a weird like thing. I don't think it's cool to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it is and it isn't.
No, dude, it's so fucking sick. I can't.
I believe that only certain people can do it though.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. Like, people who listen to this podcast, you'll find very quickly if it's for you or not. Like, you'll try something, and either you're gonna have the mentality of, I am doing everything and that I can to achieve this goal, and there is no such thing as turning back and going backwards at all. Like, no such thing as getting distracted. No such thing as going back and working your old job. No such thing as failing. That's when you know you're an entrepreneur. And then you feel like you can't relate to anyone else. Like, you have conversations, and you're like, you have that like burning like sensation in your chest of like, I want to tell people like what my goals are, but like they're just so outlandish. Like, the average person will not understand it, and you kind of feel like weird. That's how you know. Like, that's really it. Like,
100%.
Like, I went back home, and it's just, you feel weird. Like, you don't feel... You don't feel like you can relate too much anymore. Not like
you almost feel
everyone, like everybody at home. That like I'm not saying that I didn't relate, but it's like you don't like if I say I'm in the process of like building up to a 7-figure business, doing X, Y, and Z, and going to these mentorship programs, and you didn't taught how to leverage my time and learning this on a day-to-day basis and doing it's like how does someone correlate that like a 7-figure run rate every single year? And because I've never known anybody or been surrounded by it till now, so it's like that's why it's weird, right? That's why it's like hard to like talk about it because it's like they're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
My family's super supportive though. Like they're super happy for me. My whole family actually.
Yeah.
And they definitely support me and everything.
That was just a subtopic I wanted to talk about. Obviously, those aren't like the 3 main traits we were talking about. If you actually want to pursue it, please don't think that entrepreneurship is like some fucking trend like these people are doing with, you know what I'm talking about. You know who I'm talking about.
I don't know, but don't say it. If what I think you're saying.
The people who think they're multiple people. Those people. Like that's like the trend or whatever, the trendy thing, whatever. Guys, entrepreneurship is not trendy. It's not. So don't think it's a trend. Don't like get on this wave. I know a lot of these dorks on TikTok are saying it's super easy, this and that. You know, start doing it. Like I don't mean to discourage you guys. I just want to kind of be real and teach you guys before y'all start.
I think to get back to like when you know you should drop out or like is one, have a plan. Understand you'll never have it figured out. You're just going to have to understand that you have to learn. Like be okay with that. Like you will fail or you will have to try again. And then understand to be lonely. Like if you're okay with that and you're okay with dropping your current life and be prepared to drop your current life and fully commit to yourself. And yeah, people may make fun of you for reading books and listening to these like entrepreneurs talking these podcasts like, oh, you're doing personal development and you're going to, that's not going to make you money. Well, it is. I mean, is it tasks that's not physically going to make you money? Yeah, but it's changing your mindset. Like that's the difference. Difference between a normal person and somebody who has a successful 7-figure business is mindset and their sheer will to continue. Isn't
it kind of cool though that now that we can like look back at like where we were like when we were I like to say averages, maybe even below averages compared to like where we are now. Dude, and once again, not to brag, I speak on my experience alone. I've basically lived 2 lives.
Yeah, no, I believe that because I think before. So I was like, we started like a year and a half ago, or December of 2020 is when I kind of started changing my mindset. Like that's when it happened. That other person was just like shy, insecure. That's why I worked out. So I started becoming more secure when I was working out for sure. So if you're not working out, fucking work out, lazy ass.
Yeah, fucking loser.
It's just going to help you mentally and physically, and you're going to feel more confident, and you're going to just be able to do whatever you want, not care what other people think. That's why people do it. Like, that's it. You feel better than everybody else because you are. 50% of America is obese. Yeah, I feel better than everybody else. Is that a bad thing to say? No. I don't think so.
I feel like a fucking superhero.
Because why would I want to say no? I want other people to be better than me. Yeah. Like, that's like
yeah, the fuck? I want to be the best. Damn it.
And so become the best version of yourself. That's it. So, the other me was just like super insecure. Didn't believe in himself. I thought something was just going to fall out of the sky and I was going to make 6 figures or $1 million. I just thought it was going to happen. Yeah. Like I was like, one day I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have 6 figures in my bank account. No idea why. I'm going to work at Chick-fil-A for 20 years.
I'm
going to own a Chick-fil-A. Yeah, no, it's going to happen. So I don't know why. I thought if I just worked hard enough, at somebody else's business, I would make more money or have money. I don't even know. There's no logic behind it. I look back.
No logic.
So yeah, I believe that we've like kind of lived 2 different lives. Now we're starting our new life.
Yeah. That's just again, I don't mean to say that in a cocky way. But it is pretty fucking cool how it's like you look back and I'm like, okay.
How much you've changed.
Yeah, how much you've changed.
And that's the beauty of it. When you're dropping out of college, understand a year from now, you're going to look back and be like, damn, I am totally different. Like, that's it. So that's cool. And I think those are kind of the things you need to, so recap. What were the things that you need to?
So recap, have a plan, be completely okay with trying again, because you're going to have a lot of trials and tribulations. So you have to be okay with basically getting the shit beaten out of you and still getting back up. And then the third thing is you have to be very okay with being lonely. You have to understand that you're going to lose a shit ton of support. And also kind of like a subtopic, don't do it because you think entrepreneurship is trendy. Entrepreneurship is difficult. There are times where you're going to want to give up. And you're not going to be understood basically by the entire world. There's 7 billion people on this planet.
I think the last thing is just a mindset shift completely. Surround yourself with podcasts, looking up to other businessmen.
You have to realize you're starting a new life.
So it has to be just new lifestyle means new priorities. So it's a mindset shift. You have to understand all your limiting beliefs that you had before of how much money you can make, what you can accomplish in life. You throw that out the window and you just restart, and that's it. You have no limiting beliefs and you know you can accomplish the world. That's the vision you need to have if you go to decide to drop out of college and pursue this. Because if you don't have any of those things and you don't have all of them, you are going to get into about probably 6 months. You're going to do 6 months, and then you're going to fall off immediately. We've seen a lot of people, start
I can't even begin to tell you.
It's kind of crazy. We never even really talked about that. That's such a good topic. It's how many people we've seen start off doing very, very well, making really good money, pursuing a dream of online coaching or starting a business. Next thing you know, you look down 3 months later, they had one hiccup. They had one bad month. They got comfortable. They got, I don't even know. They got to their head. They thought they could just do it forever. And they are now back and working old jobs.
Dude, it's probably been.
Isn't that crazy?
It's probably been 75 plus people where we've been connected with people.
Yeah.
That we still follow on Instagram. And we're like, oh, wait, what's this guy do? I remember talking to this guy and I'm like, wait, he's at a fast food restaurant flipping burgers? I thought he was fucking trying to get rich.
Yeah.
What the fuck happened to this guy?
No, for real.
It's like, dude, it's like...
It's kind of crazy. And it's like they talked such a big game. And no hate to, if that's you, no hate, but you didn't outlast. That's it. You didn't outlast everybody else. That is the real winner. It doesn't matter how many times you failed. If you can outlast everybody else, you're gonna win. Yeah. That's just it. That's just logic. Imagine if you were the only gym apparel. Imagine you started a gym apparel company, and you started the company, and you were competing against a bunch of hundreds of other places, and everybody else went out of business. They're gonna have to only go to one person. Who's that person? That's to be you, because you outlasted everybody. People fail. Businesses fail. If you can outlast everybody, you will be the only one left to choose. So you will win. It's I don't get that. Same with coaching, bro. And it's just any business. People start doing great and they fail and they give up and they fail and they just don't want to do anymore. And then you're like, okay, well, what coach am I going to go to now? Or who am I going to buy from? It's the motherfucker that's been there the longest, that's outlasted the competition, that keeps improving and getting better. Doesn't matter how shitty they were 10 years ago. They just beat everybody else.
Yep.
By outlasting them. And I think that's the mindset we changed. Coming 100%. Out here, we're well, we committed to coming out here. There is no end in sight. There is no if this happens, then I guess I'll just stop.
That's the biggest shit.
And I don't even know how to explain it in words other than the fact that I'm not quitting. There is no such thing as quitting. Quitting just sounds, it's actually not even an option. Quitting and giving up and it's not even an option at all. It's out of the book. My other options would be find a way. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't get how people can have that quitter's mindset and they actually do quit. To me, that's kind of nerve-wracking. I just could never see myself. And I think that was going into this, that was my mindset. It's like, I'm not quitting no matter what. I don't care if I make $0. Like, I really don't. Like, I'm still going to continue doing what I'm doing. Why would I give up?
Yeah,
It's like, I feel like words don't even do it justice of like how like my mindsets were. Yeah. But like, it's like the best. I came in here not going to quit.
Like,
no I don't care how much hate I got.
Yeah,
like,
I think a big thing of it too was like, imagine being that guy. You talk all this game, come out here. Oh, I'm chasing my dream. Oh, I quit.
Yeah, a year later.
And then you go back home, and your friends are like, I told you. Imagine being that guy.
Yeah.
And you got told by your best friends, I knew you didn't have it in you, bro. It's fine. Come fucking drink. Come smoke this joint. Yeah. Imagine being that guy.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
And then you're going to be that guy that's like 10 years from like, yeah, man, I used to do like really cool things.
Yeah. That's a whole nother topic, bro. No one gives a fuck about what you used to do that you made $100 on.
No, you're like that. You're like that hometown like all-star QB that never made it past high school, but he stays at the local bars. He's like, dude, I was the freaking all-star QB. Like, you talk about all your high school games, and that's it. That's all you have to you. Mm. That's all you have to your name is your fucking sports in high school and your trophy that it doesn't do you shit. And you want to be that guy. Don't be that person.
Mm.
That's funny. No, that's a whole other topic of like.
Yeah, that's a whole different game.
I think lastly we'll talk about alcohol.
Yeah, so I kind of want to talk a little bit about alcohol. As y'all probably know, if y'all know me, I used to be a very, very big alcoholic back in the day.
Yeah, dude, his stories are insane.
I'm very open to admit it too. I'm not shameful of it. I learned a lot from it. But yeah, I was probably getting really fucked
Asher has
up.
a very addictive personality. So when he gets something he really likes, he just sticks to it, and that's it. And he will do that until, which is great for business.
Yeah. But
he has no off switch. But then, I mean, with alcohol too.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of surprised you've been having wine though.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't really like have to like showboat anything. I used to be a fucking I used to go into lectures just with fucking champagne and wine in my fucking Yeti glass on a fucking, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I wanted to just escape reality from all cost, just because I really didn't like my life. And I was probably getting fucked up, at least, 4 times a week, maybe 5. And, it wasn't happy either. It was very sad. I would literally be in my room, just fucked up.
Yeah.
And then on the weekends, obviously, I would, go out and socialize. But, I was, almost embarrassed by it. The people I would live with, or that I was living with, I would, sneak alcohol into my room. And then I would wake up before them and throw the bottles away and take the trash out so they didn't realize I was getting fucked up by myself because I didn't want anyone to know about it.
Damn. I didn't know that.
But, yeah, that's, a different story for another time. Obviously, I drink very rarely now.
I think we both do.
My mindset's completely shifted about it. So how I view alcohol now is I think it is very, very, very destructive for people that don't have their life together and don't have a plan. I think that's why it was very destructive for me. I didn't really have a good grasp on my life, and I thought me doing that would put my life back together because it was basically a way for me to escape reality. However, now I'm at a point in my life where I would like to say I have a lot of my shit together, and I have a very, very strong, purpose.
I think you have an understanding of where you want to go.
Exactly, yeah. So the thing is let's say I do take a night to get drunk or get hammered, whatever. I don't even remember the last time I think on my birthday.
Yeah, I feel but I don't even think we really
But we don't like.
It's more of a celebration. Yeah. Either we had a really good month, we hit a new goal, or for your birthday, I was like, hey, let's all go get a boat. And then obviously you want to bring drinks on a boat. But dude, we probably drank. This will probably be my 8th time drinking this year. Drinking in the sense of having a sip. Not drinking in the sense of getting drunk. Yeah. People are count that as drinking, where people are oh, I just had 1 glass, doesn't count. No, like drinking in the sense of like having a sip. I mean, I went last year throughout prep and after. I went 7 months, I think, without a drop of alcohol. Or it was like 6 months. 6 months.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Without a drop of alcohol. Not one drop.
Damn.
Yeah. Then last year, after that though, I even quit almost completely. I had a shot before my first show. I drank a little bit after my second, and then I got right to work.
Yeah.
And the only times I drank last year was when we first moved here and went to the club. And so I drank 2 or 3 times last year then.
Dude,
Is that crazy?
I think that was the first, it was the first week when we got here.
First 3 months, or the first month or two.
Yeah, I think that was the only time we really, truly got fucked. I got fucked that night.
Really? I didn't know that.
Dude, I was fucking, I was wicked.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to celebrate, dude. I'm fuck.
No, it was
dude.
cool.
I'm
But it was like a celebration. But after that, we just don't.
Yeah.
Now we'll have a glass of wine here and there. And that's what we're trying to get at is when to actually have alcohol. Is it okay? It is okay to have it. But if you don't have any type of vision or anything you're celebrating for, or you just do it just because there's nothing else to do, there's something else to do.
Yeah.
If you are not living your dream, then don't fucking drink alcohol. Stay up and go work.
Yeah.
That's the reason. You're using all these other excuses. Oh, I'll get it tomorrow. I'll do it. It's no, you're not. No, you're not. Don't celebrate when you have nothing to celebrate for.
Yeah.
You have 0 to your name. You're not doing anything with your life and you feel like a loser. Don't go and be more of a loser and go drink on the weekends and wake up and feel shitty about yourself. Why would you do that? Why would you repeat that process? Because I guarantee you, if you're not happy with where you are at in life, going and getting drunk, you're not, in the moment you might feel great because you have all these hormones, dopamine, all this shit going around. The next morning, you're going to be happy that you slept with a 4.
Yeah.
And you woke up, you're hungover as shit, and then you go spend $30 on drunk food, and then you're oh damn, look, I have $20 to my name. I need to go work my fucking double, hungover.
That was me, dude.
And then you repeat your process again, and then again, and again.
Bro.
And you're man, why do I not have anything to my name? Well, because you're not doing anything to make more money. You're just using that money you're buying to feel horrible. It's a resource, and you're reusing that resource to do the exact same thing, see the exact same people, see the exact same bar, and taste the exact same shit, and go get Taco Bell. And you look in the mirror how did I gain 30 pounds in 6 months? Because you're fucking drinking hella, and you're going to get Taco Bell every weekend, and then you eat shit throughout the week, and you're man, I don't know why my knees hurt, my body hurts, and I feel like shit. And mentally, I'm depressed, and it's
well, yeah, no fucking shit.
What do they call alcohol? You know what they call it?
Depressant.
Yeah.
It's yeah,
no shit. You're gonna feel depressed because you're gonna hate yourself. That's what I don't get.
The way to cure depression is to not drink more, guys. Trust me, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've done the science experiment for you.
It's I don't know. People ask why, they'll just be I don't know why I feel this way or why this happens, why I'm so mentally fucked. And it's look at all your habits. Your habits define you. That's just the facts. Your lifestyle and your habits define who you are. You didn't just come out the womb and be yeah, by the time you're 22, you're just going to feel like shit and be 60 pounds overweight for no reason. That's it.
That's it. Yep.
You're overweight. You're depressed. You look like shit. You feel like shit. That's it. You are
not a hot girlfriend.
Yeah.
Fucking single.
Probably
beating off to porn.
Having a serving job. You just, nothing against servers, but you have nothing to your name. I didn't even graduate college. I dropped out. Now I have all these bills. It's well, that's the reason. Your habits, your lifestyle, that's it. It's not like you were just predetermined to have all that shit. It's your own choices. You just don't want to own up and make a change. So it's okay to have some moderation if you have something to celebrate. If you don't have anything to celebrate, go fucking work. Yeah. Don't go out to that bar. Screw your friends. And they say you're lame, say I know, and you fucking don't text them back. Yeah. I would purposely not respond to some of my friends. I would just say, nah, I can't. And they're come on. And I'm and I just wouldn't respond.
Yeah, dude. Man, the amount of times I got that. Oh, come on, dude. I'm like,
you do it tomorrow.
No, I don't. I said no. I don't know what else you want me to say. You want me to say yes and then not show up? Like, fuck.
Yeah.
I said no.
Like, just.
But Ian kind of described like my life to a T. I mean, honestly, seriously. You got nothing to celebrate. Also, I want to make this very clear as well. This may come off a little controversial as well.
Oh, geez.
Don't care.
I love these. Asher always.
This may come off a little harsh to most of you guys. Working Monday through Friday, and you work 40 hours a week, that is absolutely nothing to celebrate. I'm sorry to tell you to your face.
That's fair. I agree with that.
That is absolutely
TGIF, baby. Let's go get
nothing to celebrate
2 for 1s.
You do realize
happy hour, baby.
You are celebrating average. People don't celebrate average.
You're celebrating?
When's the last time you celebrated someone that got 5th place when there were 10 opponents? Never.
You should also just go and listen to what the people like say before they go out to drink. That's it. Like why they're going out to drink. Oh, I made it through a week. Made it through another week. I'm so happy. It's like, damn.
Can't wait for the weekend. Bro, I can wait for the weekend now. Fuck.
Mondays are my favorite day now.
Mondays.
But it's like, wait. If you listen to what they say and the reason why they drink and like actually just listen to it and don't even respond.
Yeah.
And truly hear the words they're saying. There's a difference between listening and like understanding.
Yeah.
Like that sounds depressing. And you wonder why you hate the weekend or you hate the weekdays. You constantly complain. You're like, oh, I made it through another week. Finally, it's the weekend. It's like, damn, you only have 52 weekends of the year. So 100 days.
Yeah.
Ish. 104 days.
All right. Real quick. All right. So things you can celebrate. So first I wanted to touch on college. I will let the exception of you celebrating if you have gone through exam week. That's fucking stressful, and college puts way too much stress on college kids to actually pass exams. I think that's an okay time to celebrate. I'm not going to tell y'all when to drink and when not to drink. However, if y'all just go through like a week of school, that's once again there's nothing to celebrate there. Like the reason why people celebrate on the weekend, y'all aren't celebrating shit. The reason why people drink on the weekends is because they are trying to escape the reality at which they are given at hand.
The Matrix.
Yeah. And the thing is, no one can debate me on this because I have literally been in those shoes. So I've already been through the experiment. I'm telling y'all what I have learned. People drink on the weekends because they are trying to escape the reality, what they are given at hand. That's just the way it is, and anyone else who tries to tell you differently is lying to themselves and don't know why you're hanging out with them in the first place. But that's just the way it is. Like Ian described my life perfectly, literally. Wake up, or let's start from the beginning. Hate my week, get fucked up, hang out with the same people, talk about our week that we hated. Oh, I had this dumb bitch in class was saying this again, and my professor gave me all these fucking quizzes that I failed, and, I got to study for this test. Just a bunch of bullshit I don't like talking about.
People wonder why their life is so negative and why they hate their life. And it's like, you look at all the conversations you had. What do you keep bringing up and what do you keep saying in your life? It's like how much you hate the week, how much you hate school, how much you hate your job, how much you hate so-and-so, how much drama is going on. And then you go to the week like, man, I can't wait to drown my sorrows in my depressant. And then I'm going to wake up like, man, I really hate how I look. I hate how I feel. I hate what I eat. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
What do you like? Like, what do you actually like? What do you enjoy? Like, man, I really wish I could travel. I really do enjoy hiking. I just am too lazy to go do it. It's It's like, so you talk about what you like, but you don't even do it.
Yeah.
Like
wow,
what? So you wonder why you feel like shit. It's because you're not doing anything you like.
Yeah.
You're doing everything you hate. But for some reason, and I still don't get it, and I don't understand why. Even myself, like back in the day, I really don't understand why.
I never got it either.
Why do you keep doing it? If you hate it so much, like why do you actually enjoy it? Or I wouldn't even say, I guess, yeah, you enjoy it because you keep repeating the same process. Like why? Like why do people actually do that? If you know.
Damn, they're bumping.
That's a lot of car. If you know what you don't like, it's not like you're an idiot. I mean, I don't know why people keep doing it. Like, losing fat. If you hate how you look, it's simple. It's not rocket science. Go to the gym 3 times a week. Fucking track your calories. I don't give a shit what kind of food you eat. Just stay under a calorie amount. Doesn't matter. You will lose weight. Simple. Eat fucking chicken nuggets and fries. My girlfriend did that and competed in a bodybuilding show. You can do it too.
And won.
And we got first place. Like, I don't get that. Like,
yeah.
If just do it. Like,
wait, but that's unhealthy, Ian.
Don't get me started. Why is it unhealthy, Asher?
Because they said.
Who's they?
The media. I don't know.
Case in point.
I forgot. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, to go on the point, so then, yeah, I would fucking get absolutely drunk as fuck. Well, I was so much of a loser, I actually couldn't even pull women. So I would go home with no one. I mean, I'm going to be completely real here. I was a fucking loser. And, yeah, I would wake up.
Should we make emotes? The loser emotes. Don't be a loser. That'd be very funny. We say loser a lot, and we mean it in a nice way, but also a very straightforward way. Like in a nice. That's like our nice way of saying.
That's our nice way of saying like you're. Actually,
it's a funny way of saying like you should look yourself. Like, I'm a loser, but like take it as a joke. Like if you do that and acknowledge it, you're like, okay, I'm gonna make change. Like that's honestly I think the reason. I'm telling you, don't be a loser. Like you're a loser. It's gonna that's gonna be our thing. 100%. I'm calling it right now. Anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, so then I would be extremely hungover. I'd be like, fuck, I have my shift starting in like 2.5, 3 hours. I would run to some fucking taco shop down the street, get some fucking breakfast burrito, and then try and get my hangover to stop. It wouldn't happen. I would go to the fucking restaurant and make money because I look at my bank account and I'm fucking have $4 in my name. And the thing is, the money I'm making is me trying to fund a different reality. That's the thing. I was so deep into me having to do this. The money I was making from my serving job, I would put it away for the next weekend for me to escape reality again. And I didn't even feel good. That's the whole cycle. I've been through the experiment, guys. I've been through this. This is what they're trying to program you to do. And this is not the correct way to live life. I've done the experiment. I was the fucking animal in the wild that got shat on and became an I've done it. I'm trying to teach you guys here. But I kind of wanted to end on that note, honestly.
Yeah, I'm tired. You got to finish your wine first, though, for the camera.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
You know the great thing, too, is about, like, not drinking a lot of alcohol? We damn near drink 1 glass of wine and we're buzzed. We feel great. We're ready to hit the head.
Oh, yeah. I'm ready for bed, dude. Fuck.
It's bad. But, like, no, we'll have a glass of wine. I'm like, dude, Asher, I feel good. That's the great thing. So if you want to spend less on alcohol, drink less. And you'll get more out of it in the long run.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you guys. Episode 15. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, all we ask is that you share this with somebody who could really listen to this and actually acknowledge it. And then we really hope that you guys practice these and if take this and run with it, because we're just trying to give you guys the experiences we have experienced throughout our journey. We don't know everything, but we have learned a couple of golden nuggets here and there throughout our process, and we hope it inspires at least one of you guys. And again, thank you so much for listening. See you guys next week.
Yep. Peace.